Hi, I'm Digi. Do you like playing weird games? It's October now, so here are 8 weird horror games that you can play for free or name your own price. Let's go! First up is Estigma. 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 Well, this is certainly very interesting to look at. It's gross, too. We play this weird worm thing slipping and sliding around on this horrible heck realm. The goal is to travel around the map, going over each tile at least once, but not more than twice. If you cross a tile more than once, it becomes solid red and you can't get past again. This is basically a game over and you have to restart. On top of that, you have these mouths vomiting eyeballs, these doll heads that shoot mortars at you, and these needles that come down over and over. It all contributes to a feeling of absolute chaos as you try to get across every tile within the time limit. And to be clear, you have to beat several levels before the time is up, not just one board. This game has 2 main modes, an action mode where the time runs out faster, and a puzzle mode that's a little bit more lenient. I've gotta say, I couldn't even so much as finish the first challenge on action mode, but puzzle mode was fun. I feel like this game needs a little bit more difficulty balancing, because despite everything, it looks great, and plotting your route is challenging. You got bosses too, look at this guy. Scary. Definitely check this game out if you're into puzzle games and frenetic challenges. Game number 2, Sunflower Pie. This is a visual novel, the first one I think I've done on the channel, don't quote me. As you can tell, I picked this game out because of the unique visuals.
Block you, Flowerhead.
We play the role of Oliver, a picky eater who feels severely hemmed in by his mother, who's always trying to find a new cure for his condition. There's also Judith. She's our childhood friend. And then there's our father, who seems to be bedbound. And creepy. For whatever reason, everyone has a flower or an anatomically correct heart for a head except our, well-proportioned teacher, Miss Lawrence. The game seems to be a commentary on what it's like to be the neurodiverse child of parents who, for whatever reason, just don't get it or aren't tolerant. This isn't editorializing here, they dropped the word autism early on in the game. While this game doesn't have a ton going on gameplay-wise, there are multiple decision trees which can lead to multiple endings. It took me about 30 minutes to get to one of the endings. Check it out if the weird visuals catch your eye. Next is Haunted Cities. This is actually a pack of little games from the Itch user Kitty Horror Show, who originally put these games out as a Patreon reward to their supporters and later re-released them for anybody to check out. In this way, we kind of have a little bit of a 3-in-1 going on here. Each of the games are the sandbox exploration type, all made in Unity. I assume it's possible to fully complete each game, but I was only able to finish one of them. In Grandmother, we go visit an old lady's house in the woods. The flats for the trees and the fences and so on, they remind me of early 90s PC games, like Elder Scrolls Arena. We have a couple sinner types hanging out here, and we have to off them with a knife. You don't need this, do you, Grandma? Oh darn, we turned everything red. In Leech Bowl, we appear to be creeping around a city with street names such as Mealworm Lane and Sputum Ave. Charming. Throw a bottle of the red stuff, and somehow it manages to splatter over the entire multi-story building. Figure that one out. There's a bar where you can hear a little bit of an old horror or sci-fi movie. Don't know which one. But other than that, I couldn't quite figure out what we're supposed to do. Last, there's Pente. Giant swords in the ground should not be the basis of a system of government. If we hit these little podiums, we get some lore. But there's nothing in this big building except for a green ceiling. Almost looks like an old EverQuest map, but with nothing in it. I'm sorry, everybody. I've had my fill. Oh, I guess the game isn't over. How far can we walk into the distance? Forever, I guess. I couldn't figure out if there was anything else in the game. Overall, these games aren't a bad use of time, but it might be just a little bit thin for some of you. Next up is The Moth Inside Me. This game kind of has that Chilla's Art kind of look to it. This game is one of those layers of fear type experiences where we just kind of stumble through stuff and eventually things change. We've also got some weird dream world excursions to go through, including a warehouse, a neighborhood. Oh, and look, it's the pool rooms. Also, we can get 4 orbs and put them in front of a giant cocoon in our living room. It's a little overlong. It took me more than an hour to finish, but you might be into this kind of thing. I'm not your dad. Mourning Tide, a horror game about fishing? Sign me up. Actually, I couldn't care less about fishing. There's not much to this one. It's a fairly short experience. Just cast your line and catch those fish. My major issue with the game is how annoyingly difficult it can be to just catch them. You have to keep them inside this little circle and watch this meter fill up. But the thing is, I lost like 8 of them because they just won't stay in, and the fishing rod isn't easy to control. I'm not much of a fishing guy, but I'm pretty sure this kind of thing is not supposed to happen. This is not a spoiler, by the way. It's on the main page of the game. Anyway, this is a nice quick experience. Alright, we're getting there. Next up is a game simply titled Blank 01. This one has more stripped down visual looks to it. This game is definitely working through some things when it comes to working life and living in a society. We get this to-do list just as soon as we wake up. We have to work, eat, get paid, pay somebody else, and then go right back to sleep. But as we go on, things get weirder and weirder. For example, this hallway is stretching away from me. I can't catch it. I don't know. This kind of horror is a little bit more existential than anything else. Except for this guy. He's kind of scary, I guess. Only he did something, but yeah, pretty scary. Personally, I think working and paying for food and bills and whatever is just kind of like the human condition. So I guess this game isn't really for me. Still though, I did enjoy the experience, so maybe check it out sometime. Alright, last game for this video. We have for Mother Matron. This is a significantly longer game, and it's the second visual novel in this video. This game is a little on the gross side, and it's bleak as all hell. We play as Lizzie, a young woman who lives in what I can only describe as this rundown, dystopian, post-disaster type of a city. It's completely isolated from the rest of the world by these big walls. If you stop to look at a sewer grate for a minute, you'll just see rivers of rats passing by forever. All we know of humanity is contained within these walls, and people survive by working together for what is called the collective. The overall head of government of this city is simply known as the matron. She lives in this building, and she's more or less worshipped by the population, but scarcely anyone has even so much as seen her. Every now and then the matron picks out a person or several people to descend into the underground of the city, known as the Crepuscule, to perform various tasks. It seems like few get out alive, and even fewer get to keep their sanity in the end. You want to guess who's getting picked to go down next? I found this game to be pretty good overall. We get enough characterization and enough exposition on the state of the city, its various regions, and so on that it feels pretty well fleshed out. It feels like an actual world. Our 2 pals that we meet along the way, while looking a little bit too similar to each other, also have their unique personalities. About half of my 3-hour playthrough was spent above ground getting tons of lore, and the rest actually exploring the underground. Wouldn't you know it, there's spooky, scary things hanging out down there, and it's up to you to get yourself out alive. My only real complaint about this game is that some of the dialogue choices and heated moments are more like a QTE that you might get caught off guard for, but you can save scum as much as you want in this game, so it's not a big deal. I do recommend this one if you got 3 hours to kill. There's multiple endings, but I'm not sure how much choices made in the middle of the game actually contribute to anything. It might just be one of those decision at the end kind of things. Well, that's it. 7 horror games you can play for free or name your own price. Hey, did I entertain you at all? Consider subscribing or check me out on Twitch sometime. I stream once or twice a week, and I love to check out weird and interesting games on itch, Steam, or wherever else. Do you know a weird or aesthetically unique game that I might enjoy? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, thanks. See you later.